Hello everyone, this is Dragon Biscuits again, and we are on a roll. We are making giant candy for Halloween. In our last video, we made a giant peanut butter cup, and this episode...
we're gonna make a giant caramel apple pop.
Yep,
Yeah.
so a lot of you have seen this. There's hard candy in the middle, and there's caramel on the outside of it. And we're gonna try to make one of these, but we're gonna make it giant. Now here we have our giant sucker stick. This is gonna be a big sucker. So it's gonna be about this size. We want it to be the size of these plates. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to add our sugar, corn syrup, and water to our pan over here. So you bring the water, L'Oreal. And it really shouldn't take that long. Go ahead and add the water. Add our corn syrup. I love corn syrup.
Chunky.
Takes a little bit of time. Just to boil. And you know what they say? It watch not never is correct. The syrup is completely transparent again now, so that means that all the sugar is completely dissolved. You can see that it's very transparent. And we're turning down the heat because it can burn still. Okay, you continue to stir this. I'm going to do the first cold water test. What needs to happen is there needs to be brittle threads that form through the water as you pour it in. And it looks like we're a ways off yet. It's not even solidifying on the bottom of the cup yet. So we need to do another test later. Wow, it's so clear now. We're doing the second hard water test. Let's take this ice cube out. Okay, you see. Okay, it's getting more solid. That's for sure, but it still has a ways to go. It's super hot now, so you have to be really careful when you're doing these tests. Oh, it's getting more solid. So you can see it's turning more into caramel on the bottom. You can see that the strings of the candy are more solid, making like spider webs in the bottom of the cup. Okay, this is our another. Ooh, it's getting much harder. You can see that it's actually turning into like a little globule of candy. It's not hard enough to really stay together though, as a cohesive blob. You can see that there's like bubbles forming on the bottom of the spoon because it's still so hot and it retains its heat so well. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. So now it's turning into, it's getting harder. It's no longer sticking to my finger as I touch it. Turned into a little ball of candy. Stir constantly. You can see it kind of like stringing through the water. Ooh, it's stretchy. Look at that.
I see no stuff coming out.
Yeah, we're getting really close. This is nice and gummy now. But we don't have those hard, crisp, little brittle strands that are running through the water, which is what we need. Look at that. You got yourself a little bit of gummy candy. Oh boy. You see those strands in there? I think it might be ready. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. So this is your hard candy. It's still a little flexible. It's not brittle. So it needs a little bit more time. It crunches off. Can you hear it crackling? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It's like a little roller coaster. Or like an elaborate slide. Let's see. It's breaking off pretty easy now. I think we're... Alright, so we just added our apple flavoring and we added some green dye to make it nice and green apple-y, so you can see. And it's setting up, so right now we are going to pour it carefully, because it's very hot, into our plates. Let's move this out of the way. So our plan, since this is going to be huge, is we're going to put the candy on a plate, and maybe we're gonna kind of gently put one half of the stick into the candy that's hardening. Oh, it's so hot. You can just feel the heat coming off of it. Oh, that's like all of it. I guess we will. We're just going to press this stick right into the middle of it. Oh boy. Oh my. Well, I don't know. We needed more candy. We need more candy, guys. So we just are adding our second layer to cover up the stick so that it will stay in when we pick it up off from the plate. You can see that this is actually a different color of green than the first one that we did. Oh no, it's leaking this way. I don't want it to leak that way. Oh no. Look at all the strings. Look at all the strings. Look at all of them. They turn into like hard little needles of candy.
Now we are going to melt some caramels in a bowl, well, pan, yes. And we're gonna hopefully be able to put them over it to create kind of the caramel apple effect.
Yes.
Yeah. And our oven is still pretty hot, so these are probably melting fairly fast. I'm just gonna put them in here. I'm going to put them on the heat. So now we added some water so that it is like not burn as easy, I guess. That's it. And also just give it I think kind of more of a creamier texture. I don't know if there is anything like that. This feels kind of hard to mix.
Careful not to splash yourself, it's hot.
It's turning into this kind of brownish color. And the caramels are getting very soft now.
How this is gonna work. This could be interesting. Oh dear. Don't like burn. Okay, so we managed to loosen up our sucker with this knife and with this fork. And we're going to take it off the plate gently, not by the stick yet because it's a little bit, it's still squishy. You can still squish it with your hand. It's still pretty hot too. It's pruning time. So as you can see, we made it pretty proportionate. So this is the size of the normal ones that you can buy at the store. And this is our giant one that is still setting, and we haven't got any caramel on the underside yet, as you can see. But we're just gonna have to wait for it to get more solid before we can pour the other side of the caramel.
I'm so excited for this. You guys, this thing is so big. So we froze it. And now it's very hard. I mean, the caramel's still a little sticky, but most caramel's sticky. So there it is. Pretty big. It actually looks a lot like a sucker. The ones that we based it off of.
Okay, so we added caramel to the front side first, then we put it in the fridge or the freezer, and then we took it out and we put caramel on the other side. It looks like it's staying on the stick pretty good. I was kind of afraid that it would be floppy and fall off, but it does feel very solid.
So, because it is a sucker, we're gonna wrap it with some clear, what would you call it?
Cellophane.
Yeah, cellophane.
Put it like this. I'll fold it over like this. You need a twisty tie. Okay.
Just an OZ.
Pounds and pounds and ounces. So it is 3 pounds and 15 ounces. 15.8 ounces. Okay. Alright, so it's time to give our giant sucker a rating. I think that it could be wrapped a little better. But it was fairly easy to do. We had some problems with the amount of candy that we needed for this. Mostly because we just had never done this before. So we filled up our plate, of course, with the candy. And then that was pretty much it. We didn't have enough candy to put the stick on and then put more candy on top of it. It was out, so we had to make more candy. So that was a little bit complicated. So I think that I would give this 4 dragon biscuits because it was just candy. It was pretty easy to make. I might give this 3 dragon biscuits because candy can be temperamental.
But we don't really have the resources that they do to make it. They might have like special stuff that they make especially for it. So like big companies, you know. I think I'd probably give this like a 3.5 or 4, so basically the same as Seth. So yeah, if you want a giant sucker for one, only one, then I guess you can make this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, go check out some of our other videos. Yeah, okay, bye!
Yep, bye.